Chia. Bayday, bayday.
What's good, y'all? What's good, man? It's your big homie, Big Bayday, man. Thank you so much for tapping into the Real Talk, Real Shit podcast, man. This is one of the most exclusive places on the internet where you get some real content about what's going on, what's important to life, and what's relevant to reality. This ain't no clout channel. This ain't no cap channel. This ain't no channel for views and likes and clicks and all that. This ain't none of that. This the Real Talk, Real Shit podcast. So I appreciate you for tapping in and tuning in with me, man. And on today's episode, I want to talk about something extremely important. And I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. I don't even care if I don't even care if most people don't understand or don't believe what's going on, because at this point we're in almost the last stages of the game. And by the game, I mean the game of life. It's a fucking big game. People are playing Monopoly with you every day. They showed you what they do by Monopoly. If you don't understand that this shit's a big game by now, it's too late for you, okay? Let me say something to y'all. If you haven't heard about these food shortages or these resource shortages, I don't know where you've been at for the last couple years, but if you haven't heard about it, they're calling or predicting or just basically calling for a major food shortage coming in the near future. And it's pretty much 100% bullshit. It's pretty much 100% bullshit, because the way that we're intended to live, the way that we're supposed to be living on this earth, it could never be a shortage of food and things like that if we were living the way we were supposed to be living. If we were living off the land the way we were supposed to be, if we were eating what we were supposed to be eating, aka fruits and vegetables. Basically, the way that they have y'all living is so contradictory to normal life or real life that maybe that shit might not be able to keep up. They can't keep up with the demand or the supply and demand of what they created. But what God and Mother Nature and just time in general itself has provided for you will never go out. Let me tell y'all something. When you go outside, are there many fruits and vegetables that you could just eat off the side of the road? Does America plant fruit trees on the side of the road, or do they plant shrubs and bushes and things that you cannot eat or consume? That's for number one. The world we're living in is a bullshit box of control and bullshit, because even your front yard, your backyard, you got a yard, you don't even have no garden, but you have a yard. That doesn't make no sense. We're living in a society where they promote green grass that gets cut every 2 weeks or week or so, and people more concerned about fucking keeping grass cut and mowed down, keeping Mother Nature down and mowed and controlled, than being a part of Mother Nature, aka growing some fruits, growing some vegetables, growing some stuff to eat, growing some stuff to use and produce with. Because everything that we need on this planet is provided to us by Mother Nature, by God. Everything you need. So it's just the way that y'all been living. There's no way possible you could keep eating a pig's ass every morning before you when you wake up. Keep killing something every day, just sacrificing something every day just so you can eat it. There's no way possible. Because I'm going to tell you something. At the rate of which life is created, like babies are born, chickens, eggs, pigs, even humans, even cows, everything has a lifespan. Everything has a life cycle. So what you're doing by eating pigs and cows and chickens and all these animals, you're taking somebody else's life cycle away so you can hold on, my light went out. Hold on, y'all. You're taking somebody else's life cycle away so you could be selfish and eat it and consume it. So you're consuming somebody else's life cycle habitually and repetitively thinking that that's going to make your life cycle any farther, that's like a listen to me, man. I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of motherfuckers not understanding why the importance of not eating meat and shit is. Listen to this. This is like if somebody was out killing somebody every day, out killing people every day, just to consume them, eat them, or rob them, steal, take their byproducts, their children, anything. If you woke up every day and you went out and killed something just to eat it every day, how do you think that is for your karma? That you got to go out and kill something every day just to consume it and live off of its life cycle, live off his life source, take his life blood from it just to keep yours going. How evil is that? It's fucking pure evil. To kill something, cut it up, put fire to it, put spices and seasons on it, and just to make it palatable, just to make it have some type of flavor or make it taste good, that lets you know that it's not a good thing. You got to because you can't eat the meat in its natural state like a lion. See, this is what you need to understand. Predators and shit is out there. You have lions out there. You have jackals. You have dingoes. You have dogs. You have cats and birds and shit that can eat that raw meat. Their stomach can process the raw meat, the bacteria. Their body can handle the worms that come from the meats. Their stomachs have acids in it that destroy the worms and the bacteria and all that because their body was meant to eat that. See, your body was not meant to eat that raw meat. You can't eat the meat in its natural state. So you have to chemically change it. You have to chemically change the molecular structure of the food, aka cooking it, adding heat, adding fire to it, to change the structure of the cells of the meat. You have to change the molecular structure of the meat. You have to change the condition of the meat to even make it edible. So if you can't eat in its natural state, why would you put that in your body to begin with? Because if it's not going to do your body good in its natural state, why would it do your body good in an alternate state? Am I talking, or just am I the motherfucking just talking? Or do you understand? That thought process? See, because when I take a cherry off the tree, for one, the fruit grows on the tree and it falls off the tree when it's ripe. The fruit is meant to be, it's meant to be consumed. It falls off. Like I said, when I eat my fruit, when I take that fruit, it falls off the tree when it's ripe, when it smells fresh, and you can smell it when it's ripe. The fruit lets you know when it's ready to be eaten. Animals don't want to be eaten. The animal doesn't want to die. The cow's job is to graze the lands and till the lands of fields and lands of America. That's why God made the cow. So he can walk around and be a lawnmower and keep the grass down out in the wild. That's what he's there for. He's like a 1,000-pound fucking lawnmower. And you get about 5 or 6 cows and you won't have no problems. You get you a donkey and you won't have a problem with grass. You get you a goat and you won't have a problem with grass or wild weeds and shit like that. You won't need herbicides and pesticides. See, that's the thing. We're not living the way God intended us to live. So now we don't understand why what's and what's what. We look at everything as predators. We look at women like it's prey. We look at an animal like it's something that we're supposed to eat. But if you see that animal in his natural state while he's just moving and grooving and frolicking around, would you want to eat him then? Half of y'all, do you have the balls or the guts to take something, capture it, take his life, bust it down, take the skin off of it, take the hair off of it, rip the guts out of it, cut his head off. Shit, take the head, boil that shit in, eat the head, eat the eyeballs, eat the brain. You got the balls? Or you just want them pussy ass niggas who want a piece of meat put on your plate and don't know where it came from. You don't want to see or know where it came from. Because you ain't got the balls to look that animal in his eyes, gut him, and do all that shit, then cook him down and eat him. You ain't got the balls. You're really a coward. Niggas is really cowards. Nigga ain't got no bow and arrow out there hunting your shit. I respect the man out there hunting that shit. I'm not talking about the mass production evil devil who kills thousands and hundreds of thousands of souls every day. I ain't talking about the demon slayer. I mean the demons. I'm talking about the man with the bow and arrow who goes out there and hunts that animal honorably and brings that shit back to the wife and let her cut it and bust it down and let the women down cook it and bust it down. See, this is the way shit was intended to be, and this is the way things, are. But, and like I said, you're not really supposed to eat meat, but if you do it the natural way, the normal way, the hunter and gatherer way, I commend that. I ain't got no problem with that. It's just these pieces of shit who mass produce everything and who abuse this world to the point where the world's damn near crying for help and fighting back. See, what y'all don't understand is if you don't know what's going on, they're gonna kill off every animal. They're gonna take away anything and everything that you could have used to survive in the future with. In about the next 10 years, there will be no more animals left. In about 10 more years, there will be no more wildlife animals. Mark my words. You probably heard it here first. And this ain't I don't do this to be right. I don't want to be right. I wish I was wrong. But if you're paying attention, you can see they're destroying all the fish in the seas. The fucking whales are jumping out the water. The fish are jumping out the water. They're dying. Hundreds of whales are just jumping out of water recently. Just jumping out. When? Why? You know why? These motherfuckers say it's global warming. Let me explain something to you. That ain't got nothing. That is the dumbest shit I ever heard in my fucking life. Because we all know, and if you don't know, look it up. We all know man controls weather. They call it cloud seeding. They call it they've been seeding clouds since the fucking 1800s. They've been terraforming way before that. And terraforming is changing the environment and making it livable for a certain species. See, if you don't understand what's really going on, you won't even fathom that they're taking everything away from your fucking ass. And then you're going to look up and you're going to have no way to provide or feed your family. You're going to have no way to survive. All you fucking hunters, what are you going to hunt? Everything's dropping dead. And the way the system's set up, they blame this person, they blame that person, they blame this person. Then there's an agency set up that only is allowed to take the study and look into it. And those agencies are all owned and operated by the same umbrella companies. So y'all have to understand this weather, these things that's going on, are all altered by man. Look, there should be no such thing as a wildfire in no state in America because they can seed the clouds to make rain. There should be no droughts nowhere in America because they can see the clouds to cause rain. There should be no famine nowhere in America because they can see the land and make food everywhere, aka grow apple trees nationwide like Johnny Appleseed instead of fucking fern bushes and rose bushes and all these pointless things that do not feed you or your people. See, y'all don't want solutions. You want problems so you can come in with the solution. They create problems to come in with solutions. It's just like a smack in the face. It's like a dope dealer coming in your community selling crack, but then throwing parties and picnics and throwing Thanksgiving festivals and shit and celebrating and giving back, but at the same time taking. It's the same thing. Y'all have to understand. You have to understand. Well, you don't have to do shit. But if you don't figure it out soon, it's going to be too late for your motherfucking ass. Because I'm telling you. I'm only trying to survive into the future to raise my children and show them how to make it into their future. Because it's only about me to the extent that I need to keep myself good for them. That's it. What do I want? I just want to be able to provide for my children. That's it. And my family, if I can, if I could amass more than regular, more than a little bit. But I love y'all, man. Wish y'all could really see it, like fish are popping dead out the waters. Like, there's not going to be nothing left to hunt. There's not going to be nothing left to eat, and it's being created. They're putting pollutions in the waters. And whoever they is, I don't know. And I'm only saying this because they're showing film on the waters and chemicals and this and that, but they're also saying at the same time it could be algae and shit like that caused by the world warming up, which the only reason why the world's warming up is because there's too much mass production going on, too much greed, too many big ass superpower plants that are pumping poison into the air from the byproducts of creating products. That's why. That's the only reason why we have, if there was global warming, is because there's too much production of greed going on. Because if it was more small businesses, it wouldn't be like that. You get what I'm saying? You got somebody fucking size 20 football fields creating fucking steel bars and stuff, and you think it's not gonna affect the environment. Shit is so simple, man. They don't want problems. Like I said, they don't want solutions. They want problems. Because with problems, you keep people on their toes and keep people on the edge of their seat, and then you can play the Captain Save-A-Ho. You can play savior. But like I said, you create the problem and come in with the solution right behind it. It's the oldest trick in the book. It's your big homie, Big Baddie, man. I could go on and on and on, but I'm going to cut it off because it is what it is. If I ain't give it to you at this point, you ain't never going to get it, man. It's your big homie, Big Baddie, man. Stock up and stop playing because it ain't going to be no food left.